Good morning, guys. It has been a rainy and dreary week all week, and what better time than now to make up some soup to get on the pantry shelves to enjoy all winter long. We are going to be working on a deconstructed stuffed bell pepper soup. I just was out in the garden and I picked up a bunch of celery and a bunch of my bell peppers, both red and green, and I'm going to get these washed up. While I do that, I'm also going to start cooking some ground beef, about 3 pounds of it, to add to our soup. Historically, ground beef is not one of my favorite canned items. In the past, it has turned out kind of mushy and grainy, and I haven't enjoyed the texture very much. But after consulting with my mom a little bit, who is also a canner, she suggested that I need to do a better job of browning my meat before adding it to my jars. And in this case, I am going to be browning it extra well before adding it to this soup. As far as the rest of our ingredients, I am slicing my peppers into large chunks. I have 2 medium onions, which I will finely dice, along with 3 cloves of garlic that will also be minced. And I also have several stalks of celery here, which I am going to finely chop along with leaves. So I have all of my vegetables in a large stock pot here. I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons of butter and allow them to saute for 5 or 6 minutes, or at least until softened. My veggies have softened, and I'm adding about 2/3 of the beef that I cooked. I forgot to mention at the beginning that 1 pound of this beef is actually going towards meals this week and not into this recipe. So this recipe actually used only 2 pounds of the beef. As far as the liquid portion of our soup, I have 1 large can of crushed tomatoes here. We'll be adding 1 small can of tomato paste, and the rest of it will be made up out of whatever stock you happen to have on hand. As far as seasonings go, we are going to start with some salt and freshly ground black pepper. I'll also be adding probably some cumin, some smoked paprika, and some cayenne pepper. I will include all of the amounts below in a link or in a recipe for you guys if you are interested in making this. So this is just going to simmer on the stove probably for about half an hour before I am ready to get it canned up. While it simmers, I'm also going to get my jars warmed up and my canner ready for the processing. So everything is heated up, my soup is at boiling, my jars are all warmed. I'm going to take my jars out and fill them up with all of this delicious soup. I'm just kind of evenly distributing the peppers, meat, onions, etc., all of the solids from the soup evenly between my 7 jars, and then I will top up with the rest of the liquid. Wipe the rims well with a paper towel dipped in white vinegar. And add your lids. You're going to go ahead and process this soup for 90 minutes at a 10 or 11 pounds of pressure, depending if you have a weighted gauge or a dial gauge. Well, that's that's all we have for today, guys. I'm gonna let these cool overnight and then I will check their seals tomorrow. The full recipe will be linked or down below once I get it all together. And if you guys like content like this, please let me know by liking and subscribing, and I will see you guys next time.